Welcome to Grand Sumo Breakdown, the unofficial sumo podcast for official sumo fans. This is Grand Sumo Breakdown. My name is Ryan, and before we start off our coverage of the first week of the Akibasho, I just wanted to send a big thank you to everybody who downloaded and listened to our podcast. We got a much better reception than we ever really thought we would. In particular, we wanted to send a big shout out to the tachiai.org blog. That is spelled Tachiai. And the r/sumo subreddit for sticking our post about our podcast and getting our name out there. Thank you very much. This basho that we're starting off with is a pretty crazy one, and so I want to get Flarrick's initial thoughts on it.
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting, mostly because of all the injuries. People will be hurt, yo. I'll tell you what.
I think, all of them.
Yeah. I think once we found out coming up to it, all the Yokozuna, except for Harumafuji, are going to be out for that. And then, along with the other people in the Sanyaku rank as well. I know Terunofuji stepped out like halfway through it as well, and we had some people down in the Make Sure ranks that were falling out.
All right, Jake, what are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of surprising, partly because of the injuries. We have kind of an unexpected three-way tie for the Yusho leaders here. We have Goeido, Onosho, and Daishomaru all at 7-1. And yeah, coming into this, I think anybody who claimed they were predicting Daishomaru tied for the lead at halfway was probably full of crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mac, what's the main story for you?
I think the main story for me has to be the poor performance of the Sanyaku. You have Harumafuji, who's a Yokozuna, supposed to be top dog of the whole thing, and he's got 3 losses. The only one that's performing according to his rank would be Goeido, but otherwise, the main story is the Magashira down below. They're fighting for rank.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing there is the almighty Magashira 3 rank. You got
apparently.
You got Onosho there. He's 7-1, tied with the Yusho leaders, and Chiyotairu also there. A guy I never really paid attention to or knew about before. He's 6-2, and he's right in there.
He's making his presence known now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but to kind of go into more of the Sanyaku poor performance, I think, like you said, Goeido's the only one with a record respectable to those ranks. Jake, what do we got for other records there?
Yeah, other than Goeido, the only Yokozuna or Ozeki who's still in the lead there. We also have Mitakayumi at 4-4, Yoshikaze at 4-4, the 2 Sekiwaki. And then for Komusubi, we have Tochiozan at 2-6 and Tamawashi at 3-5. So yeah, other than Goeido, they're really leaving it wide open for the Megashira to step up.
Yeah, and I know Mac had a few thoughts about the performance of Terunofuji, especially against one of his favorites.
Glorious. I was quite pleased with the performance on that one. Goto Shogiku pulled off the one thing I've been hoping he would do, revenge. It was pure, sweet revenge. And then his next match gets a Kimboshi against Harumafuji.
Let's pause there for a moment.
No, why are we pausing? I like that.
Well,
let's get a little backstory there.
Yeah,
okay,
let's just
fine.
talk about that match a little bit. So starts off with any other match, a false start, and then it ends immediately because pretty much what happened. Harumafuji, he started a little quick, but had a false start. But Koto Shogiku was real quick to respond. He initiated the Tachiai pretty much, or the initial charge, and so Harumafuji knew that he started quick, was tapping on Koto Shogiku's back.
It was apparent he was tapping on his shoulder.
He was saying mata mata, which means false start, or something along. I think it means wait.
No, I think mata is false start.
Whatever.
Whatever it means. It's they didn't both put their fists down, and they both weren't ready for it.
But Koto Shogiku kept the charge up despite Harumafuji clearly not trying to get the match restarted.
Kind of a weird one, but
and the Gyoji didn't say anything.
The
Gyoji didn't move.
say anything because the Shogiku kept going because of that.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's up to the person who had the false start against them to call the mata. Harumafuji is the one who initiated it. He couldn't call the mata.
Harumafuji had his fists down. He just jumped before Koto Shogiku did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So because Harumafuji did have his fists down, I think it's up to Kota Shogoku to say yes or no, we're continuing.
Yeah.
Is that how you guys understood it?
Yeah. Well, or the Gyoji. Like, there were some matches where the Gyoji stopped.
Or the side refs.
Bashos, yeah. Or, yeah.
Like, the side judges can raise their hands, and if the hand goes up, that's it.
Mono-e.
But none of them raise their hands after
That's
that.
true. They did not change the judgment of the Gyoji for that one. They let that stand.
That's called a mono-e, where the side judges decide to confer and potentially change the judgment.
Yeah, they could overrule the Gyoji, confirm his recollection of the match, or they can restart the match if it was too close to call.
Yeah, I remember there was a few tournaments a while back where there was a Gyoji who kept on starting a match from starting because he said both people didn't touch all the way to the ground. And so it seems like that's something the Gyoji would stop the match for.
Yeah.
So
if he saw it, I mean, it's still dependent on him actually staring down and making sure their hands touch the ground.
Yeah, and a lot of the times the wrestlers don't actually put their hands down, but because they're both going for it and they both complete the match,
mutual agreement. Yeah.
Yeah, they call that. All right, close enough. Let's move on.
Yeah, I know that was at the end of day 3, I believe, and that just left a very sour taste for me because that's just not a way you want to see a Kimboshi happen, and it was just disappointing.
I wasn't disappointed that much. I was still happy.
Oh,
Well,
I'm sure
you're probably
were.
the exception.
Yeah. I just was kind of a little surprised because you'd think if anybody was going to be calling the Mata like that and have it recognized by the Gyoji or the judges on the ring, it would be a Yokozuna, the only Yokozuna that's in this Basho. But it is what it is, and I mean, that kind of got Harumu Fuji going on a little bit of a downward spiral. Why don't you go a little bit more in depth on that, Flerick? What happened to Harumu Fuji?
Harumu Fuji?
Yeah.
Well, he had like a point where he lost 3 matches right in the middle. That was a little sad. I'm trying to think of the matches. One of them was a little bit of some bullshit, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, there was the Koto Shogoku one was the first one. Then there was Hokuto Fuji and Onosho were the next 2 that he lost.
Yeah.
I was very happy with the Hokuto Fuji one. I'm a big fan of that, man.
Well, yeah, and you picked him for our prediction series.
We'll talk about that later.
yeah. I'm sure it was perfectly innocent. Anyways, though.
Yeah, but I think the other 2 matches, they seemed pretty straight up for the most part. Nothing that outrageous.
Yeah.
In particular, Onosho, that was kind of I wouldn't say it was out of nowhere because he's been moving his way up the ranks, but I think that was a huge step up, and he absolutely delivered.
Yeah, he proved himself.
Yeah.
No controversy in that match.
That was his first match against a Yokozuna, I believe.
I believe you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that kind of leads us into the Yusho race right now. Like Jake said earlier, it's kind of a surprising Yusho race. I mean, everybody who had Daisho Maru, Goeido, and Onosho tied for the Yusho lead can
He was
raise
a
their
liar.
hand right now
Yeah.
and put your hand down because you're a freaking liar. Nobody had that. Yeah, but
Onosho wouldn't have been like that's not the longest call you could have made, but yeah, it's still kind of surprising. I think he was
Definitely.
it was a tournament. It was kind of a make or break tournament. His first try up in the top ranks there,
and he's more than exceeded
yeah,
expectations.
no kidding. And
It helps with
Daisho
a lot
Maru.
of- It helps with a lot of the Ozeki and Yokozuna hurt and out.
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
That's a fair point for sure,
And
but
the
it
poor
is still guys.
performances of the Komosubi and the
Yep.
Sekiwake.
Yeah.
It is still guys that are a higher caliber than he's been beating in the past.
Yeah. And going back to Flerick's point, what he just said with the Ozeki being injured, something we haven't hit on yet, which is a fairly large story. Takayasu out after day 2 or 3.
Sad day.
Yep, he went 1-1, and then he was out.
Yeah. He injured himself in a match versus Tamawashi, which Tamawashi almost also came up lame in.
Twisted his
That ankle looked bad.
Yeah, watching the replays on that, he landed on the top of his foot and kind of rolled that ankle.
Had his foot upside down and then put all his weight on it. Yeah, that was a rough match to watch. I think it was that same day they had 2 giant wheelchairs come out.
Yep, one
that
for
the same day as
Takayasu,
Ura?
and then earlier in the day, the fan favorite Ura.
My favorite.
Yeah, he doesn't look good for Ura. He re-injured that same knee.
Yeah.
He pulled out of the tournament, and from what I've heard, and what I heard was from Flerick, so who knows if it is
It was
accurate.
from the Grand Sumo Highlights commentator.
Okay, what did they say about his injury?
They said it's looking like an ACL injury for his knee.
Yeah, 'cause that's
And-
like most of a year, isn't it?
Yeah, for pretty much in football, if you hurt your ACL. The quickest I've seen somebody come back from that is like 9 months, and that was Adrian Peterson for the Minnesota Vikings. He tore his ACL, was back at the beginning of the next season, which is about 9 months.
So 9 months, that's 4 Basho.
At least if he can recover that freakishly quickly, if he can ever come back from that, really.
Can you recover that quickly? I mean,
somebody who's based on quickness, based on quickness and agility and flexibility, that's worse than if it was
a straightforward pusher guy.
Right,
Yeah.
like Koto Shokuku, for example. I mean, I'm not saying he has an ACL injury, but he always comes forward, straightforward, pretty much every time. He's got the same strategy, but he's still a Mega Shiro 1 despite having really bad knees. So, I mean, for somebody like Uro who has to be more mobile, that could be a bigger deal.
Yeah.
He might have to change his style if he wants to compete.
Yeah, and he would have to get bigger and stronger, and I mean, he's not a tall guy anyways.
Yeah, but this is going to drop him back in the ranks. He's going to be down to Jirio at least.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, he might even drop past Jurio depending on how far he's out. I don't know how that all works out there, really. Something I kind of want to hit on is Goedo at the top of the Yusho race as well. Somebody who hasn't really been at the top of the Yusho race since last September, kind of introduction.
The one that he won.
The one that he won.
It was a heck of a September, too.
Yeah, it was
15-0.
Zensho Yusho, I believe
yes.
is what it's called. That's means you had a perfect record and you won the Yusho title. But what are you guys' thoughts on Goedo? I have my own, but I kind of want to hear your thoughts about his performance so far.
I think he's doing well. I think he's definite contender for the Yusho. I mean, at least in my opinion, he's got the track record to prove it. He's got the status. He's got everything kind of going for him to this point. I mean, he's a proven champion in the past, so there's no reason I don't see him taking this.
Yeah, I heard that people are kind of sad that all the henkas he's doing.
That was what I was going to bring up. Was day, I think 3 and 4 or 2 and 3. Henka Supreme, couple of days in a row. But the past few days, he's really been bringing it straight up sumo, it seems like.
He's bringing it. I think he feels like he's going to hit his Kachi Kochi.
Yeah.
And so I think he's no longer as worried about it as he was before.
Yeah, as long as he gets that 8th win, he stays at Ozeki. If you guys, last tournament, he got a losing record. So if you're an Ozeki and you get 2 losing tournaments in a row, you get demoted. So that he was kind of on the chopping block, and this tournament, he's got 7 wins now. If he gets 1 more, he secures his rank and he's safe. So, yeah, hopefully that means he's going to be doing a lot more straightforward, cleaner sumo.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, he's proven that he can win a tournament with that style because he did it last year. Something you mentioned with, just blanked on his name for a second, Goedo. We were just talking about him. Don't know why that happened. With Goedo kind of doing those henkas towards the beginning of the tournament. And once again, henka, for anybody who's just kind of getting introduced, is when you don't meet somebody at the initial tachiai or charge. You just kind of step to the side, kind of hope they fall flat on their face, or it gets you in a really good position to push them out from the back. It's not illegal. It's just pretty frowned upon to do it. But we were talking about Goedo doing that to protect his record so that he kept his Ozeki rank. Somebody that's going to be losing that Ozeki rank the next time he participates in a tournament is going to be Teruno Fuji.
That's true. Yeah, he's lost it with dropping out.
Yep, he only won 1 match when he participated. Looked like he dropped out after day 6, and so that's going to give him a Maki Koshi or a losing record, and he will drop down to the Sekiwaki rank if he participates at the November Basho.
Yeah. My heart is just broken for him.
He does have a one-time chance to get back his rank if he has, was it above 10?
He has to hit 10 wins, and then he gets back to Ozeki. Otherwise, he has to earn it back the hard way with 3 straight excellent tournaments.
If there is justice in the world, it will be another loss against Koto Shogiku. It will be.
That would be sweet
I
justice,
want
wouldn't it?
sweet justice with this.
Yeah. Some backstory. If you listen to our previous episode, you know this. But Mac is not a fan of Teruno Fuji. There are a couple matches that Teruno Fuji did a henka. He did a jump to the side and ruined Koto Shogaku's chance to earn his Ozeki rank back. So yeah, that would be some sweet justice for Mac if the same thing happened the other way around.
I will hope for this.
Yeah. And just one more thing I kind of wanted to bring up, kind of a story of this tournament so far, is the Senyaku ranks. First few days was very disappointing for basically all of them. I mean, Haruma Fuji had a losing record after 5 days. The only Ozeki with a winning record or still in the tournament is Goedo. I don't believe either Sekiwake has a winning record right now. And
They're both 4-4.
Both 4-4, and the Komusubi both have losing records. But it does look like they're performing a bit more up to their standards the past few days. I know Yoshikaze started off 0-4. He's charged back to get an even record at 4-4. I'm pretty sure.
Rather bloody match with him today.
Yeah, that's true. We're up through day 8. By the way, spoilers through day 8.
I'm sorry if you haven't watched that yet.
We should probably put that in the notes.
That'll be in the notes. You've already seen that.
idea.
But just in case, spoilers for day 8. Yeah, Yoshikaze had a really bloody match against Shohozan, who got injured himself earlier in the tournament.
He may have even come into the tournament with that, because it was like day 1 and he already had that swollen eye.
Yeah,
He looks like he's got maybe an orbital fracture or something.
Hopefully not that bad, but yeah.
Hopefully not, but I mean it's been swollen and bruised. Almost, it hasn't gotten any better or anything. It's been exactly the same all 8 days so far, pretty much.
Exactly.
But yeah, I just went back to check since we've been talking about Sanyaku. I remember day 1 was just startling. Not only were there so many people out, but of all the Sanyaku ranks, Harumafuji and Takayasu are the only ones who won on day 1 out of all the Sanyaku. I think that probably should have been an omen for us that this was going to be a messed up tournament.
Yeah, this is definitely not your traditional tournament in any sense of the word. I cannot remember ever seeing one with so many people dropping out before the tournament even started. We haven't even mentioned Sada Noumi and Aoyama pulled out of the tournament before it even started. Both of them have since come back in to try to maintain their rank.
With 0 wins between them.
0 wins between them.
Yikes.
Sada Noumi came in after day 5, lost his 3 matches since then. Aoyama came in today, lost his first match against Harumafuji, which
a tall order.
Which proves my point. Put Aoyama against the big dogs, he ain't going to do that well.
Yeah, Ryan's real high on Aoyama, isn't he?
All right, but yeah, I think that covers pretty much the biggest storylines of this Basho so far. Do you guys have any closing comments?
No, I think we're gonna have a weird week coming up. There's no way that the second week isn't gonna be weird too. I'd be surprised if we're looking at the same exact tournament front runners, but we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if Goedo all of a sudden drops out and then all the other Sekiwake and Komusubi drop out, it's a very bad omen.
Hey,
it's like,
Daishumaru.
Yeah,
Daishomaru.
It could be his time.
It might be the time of
I would prefer Onosho, but that's for selfish reasons.
We'll see what happens.
All right, well, with that, I think we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and kind of discuss our prediction series and where we are at halfway through the tournament. Everyday stains can be hard to get out.
But what about those deep, dark stains that only Rick should know? Introducing Brahma Washing Detergent. Using the power of industrial cleaners and the purity of essential oils, Brahma Washing Detergent gets down to setting stains. Oh my god, it's Brahma Washing Detergent! Leaving your washing clean up and out. Brahma Washing Detergent can be found at your local doyo in the washing maintenance section. Brahma Washing Detergent! The Yokozuna of washing maintenance! It's coming right for us!
Welcome back. At this time, we're going to kind of discuss the predictions that we made in the preview episode for the September tournament. We're just going to give you a quick reminder of who each of us predicted and kind of the update of that. So I'll just start with myself. For the Yusho winner, I had Hakuho. For the June Yusho, I had Harumafuji. Special prize winners, I was going to give that to Hokuto Fuji, Takakeisho, and Tochiozan. And my Kimboshi prediction, I had Hokuto Fuji over Harumafuji, and my don't I look good after predicting that. Fleric, what did you have?
Well, my beginning of mine, I had Yusho, I had Hakuho. It's going to be very similar to you on the second one. For the Jin Yusho, I had Harumafuji. Mm-hmm. After that, I had my special prizes be Asa Noyama, the new guy who's up from Jurio this Basho, had Aoyama and Onosho for my special prizes. And Kimboshi, I had Aoyama over Kakuryu, which kind of got screwed in the beginning with that one.
Yeah, this was a kind of a rough tournament for us here.
Yeah.
This is Jake. I had Takayasu winning with Hakuho for Jun Yusho, so yeah, not getting any points there. For special prizes, I picked Kaisei, Ikiyoi, and Mitaka Yumi. have a chance at some points there, but not looking great. But I did get points for my Kinboshi there. I also picked Hokuto Fuji over Harumafuji.
Oh, you bastards.
Yeah, I'm going to be bringing up the rear. This is Mac. Well, my predictions were Takayasu for the Yusho. That didn't happen. Jun Yusho was Hakuho. Yeah, you know how that one went. Special prices were Kaisei, Mitakayumi, and Ura. Yeah, we're not looking so good there either. Maybe Mitakayumi, but And then Mike Kimboshi was over Tochinoshin over Harumafuji. And that definitely didn't work.
Yeah. So I think
yeah.
the big takeaway is don't make predictions a week before the most injury-filled Basho we can remember.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I mean, if we did this a couple of days before, obviously none of us would have Hakuho in, in our Yusho or Jun Yusho predictions.
We did a decent job of predicting other injuries other than than the two that re-aggravated Ura and Takayasu. But
nobody predicted anything with Kakuryu. I think Fleric actually had Kakuryu losing.
I thought he was going to come in. I heard something where the Sumo Association said the next time that he shows up, he has to show Yokozuna performance, or they're going to ask him to retire.
That sounds kind of loaded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So he better make sure he's damn well healthy before he comes back.
No kidding.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, just unfortunate what happened with Takayasu for your guys' Yusho picks out after day 3.
Well, and because he's awesome. That sucks. I mean, he just got Ozeki. He's one of my favorite guys. That sucks to see him get hurt. And I mean, if he can't make it back by next Basho and he has two absent tournaments in a row, there you go. He loses his Ozeki rank.
Rank gone.
Yeah, hopefully he can maintain his health and come back pretty quickly. As far as special prizes are looking, I don't know that anybody's feeling too great about any of them except for Fleric.
I got Onosho.
Fleric has Onosho.
Yeah.
I have Hokuto Fuji. I mean, he has a Kinboshi, but he's only got a 4-4 record. That's not looking too great. Maybe he blows through the second week, gets it. Takakeisho, he's looking all right, but nothing special at Maegashira 5. And Tochiozan is looking like a dumpster fire.
Yes. 2 and 6 for the Kamasubi.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think there's really too much of note anywhere else at the special prizes except for Fleric. Did you have Aoyama?
Yes, I did.
And that was another thing. The injury bug got us.
Yeah, he still has some time. He can come back and show some fighting spirit.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know, and I'm sure somebody can let us know, but I don't think you get a special prize with the Makikoshi record.
There would probably have to be some pretty significant circumstances there.
Yeah.
Some pretty impressive sumo.
I don't know. I'm still holding out for Mitakayumi. I mean,
that's my one.
He's gotten a handful in the past, and maybe this Basho's just cursed or something. But yeah, in general,
feels that way.
In general, I would say if all the Yokozuna and Ozeki are injured, he'd be like one of my favorites for the tournament. But hasn't shown it so far.
Yeah.
That's also my hope because then I won't be last.
Yeah.
Yep.
So as it's looking right now, Jake and I each have 2 points. 1 point for guessing who would get a Kinboshi, and 1 point who that would be over. Fleric has no points, but a very likely point in the special prize of Onosho.
High potential.
High potential with Onosho.
And Mac is looking like Tochiozan.
Mac looks like he needs to
Dumpster fire.
practice on how to write haikus.
You're all going to be impressed with my haiku writing abilities.
Yes.
I guarantee it.
Well, the idea is not to have to write them, though, is the problem.
Yes, but if
you're
I'm
supposed
going
to try to avoid the punishment.
if I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose spectacularly.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And that is
With
very
grace.
appreciated. Yes.
I don't know about grace.
and aplomb. All right. So with that out of the way, we're going to move on to our lightning round, which is something we're inventing. First time
We came up with it.
Yeah,
we did.
First time this
Nobody's
concept
done
has
this.
ever been introduced in any sort of sports discussion. So we're going to see how it goes, and if people like it, it may take off elsewhere in the sports world.
Yeah, perhaps hot takes like ours will be
Ooh,
featured
I
on
like
sports
that term.
shows.
We should trademark that.
yeah,
Hot takes.
I just came up with that.
Yeah, that's good. We're coming up with a lot of good ideas here. All right, so the first question that we're going to do in our lightning round is, who are you most impressed with in this tournament so far? We'll start with Fleric.
Arawachi's looking good. I'll tell you what.
Oh, Arawashi.
You know what? I really can't deny you that. Arawashi is looking pretty good.
6 and 2. Yeah, I mean he's tied for
He's
2 off the
fourth,
pace, I suppose.
All right,
He's 1
lightning
off the
round,
pace.
Jake.
Okay, impressed me the most. Onosho. I thought he was gonna. I did not have enough faith in him that he was going to make it in these top ranks here. But yeah, he's blowing me away here.
All right, and Mac.
Same with Jake. Onosho has been putting up an incredible performance. He's been entertaining to watch and proven that he can hang with the big boys.
Yep, and I got to agree with those two guys. Onosho's been amazing, but another name I want to throw out there, like I said, the almighty Maegashira 3, Chiyo Tairu, went from a guy that I really didn't even know what he looked like going into the tournament, and now he's somebody that I've been very impressed with for the first week of this tournament.
Almighty might be pushing it a little bit.
Almighty Maegashira 3. All right, and the next question in the lightning round, who have you been most disappointed with? Jake!
I am going to take someone you probably weren't looking into too much. I was going to say Takakaze.
Oh.
He's 2-6, but he's in the lower ranks, and he's a guy that's always been like pretty much towards the top for the last year or so that we've been watching. He's super quick. I mean, if you like him, he's crafty. If you dislike him, he's dirty. You know, kind of an opinion thing. But yeah, he's not showing his mobility and his trickiness that he normally does.
For me, I got to go with Tochinoshin. He's Maegashira 1. He should be performing a lot better than this, but I'm going to attribute that part to his injury. I think his knee's really bothering him, and that's affecting him, but still, disappointing performance.
Yeah, it sounds like he got injured during the Jungyo tours that they do.
The exhibition tour.
Yeah. I was also going to go with Tochinoshin, but since you took that name, I'm going to go with somebody on a personal note, Ishiura. And he's 2-4. He's been my favorite guy since he debuted, and he's just not living up to the potential that I would like him to. But he's Jake just corrected me. He's 2-6, which is way worse than 2-4. Flarik, who's your most disappointing?
I will go with dumpster fire Tochinozan. He should be winning a lot more. That
Wow,
makes me sad.
we are just being awful to him
And
today.
he just had a kid.
That's why.
He did?
He's
Yeah.
distracted.
Oh, my.
Yeah. He just had a kid mid-basho.
Really?
He needs to fix his priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the. I
How
mean,
dare
sumo
you.
versus. It's just a kid. You can have more of them, but
All right. And so after the first week, Mac, who do you think is going to be the Yusho winner?
Gee, let me think. Probably one of the guys that are tied for 7-1 right now. I think Goedo. I'm going to go with a proven champion in the past, can definitely perform up to good standards. I think Goedo is going to take it.
I'm going to go with Onosho here. I feel like he's already gone up against all the Ozeki. He's gone up and defeated the Yokozuna. I think he's already beaten both Sekiwake. He's already gone up against all the Sanyaku ranks. He's only got people at his level or below him. I think he's gonna bulldoze through the rest of the tournament. What about you, Flarik?
That's good. I'm going to go with Goedo as well. Of all the high rankers, he's still looking really, really good. He's having some very dominant matches.
I got to say Goedo, and this is partially going to be elaborated on in our next question, I think. But I think he and Onosho have the same record, but Goedo's a lot more proven. I think he's got to be the front runner here.
Aki tournament's his tournament.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, he's got a very good
Every
track record
Aki
there.
tournament that we've ever watched
He has taken
in our
it.
1 year of sumo following.
All right. And then the last question is going to be, what has been your favorite match so far? And I'll start with myself. And yesterday that was Takanoiwa versus not Chiyo no Kuni, versus Kageyaki. It was a match that lasted for a little while. Two guys just pushing at each other relentlessly the whole time. You could tell at the end of the match they were both just gassed and leaning on each other, and it just felt like Takanoiwa just slipped to the side and Kageyaki just fell over exhausted. I just loved the effort those two guys put into it. There was a lot of close calls throughout that match. But yeah, that's been my favorite match so far. What about you, Flarik?
I'm going to go with the one that's been the most in theme with this Basho is the Takayasu where he gets injured. I forget who he went against.
Tamawashi, where they
Tamawashi.
both got injured.
Where they both got injured. At the end of it, like the guy was limping back up to it, and then Takayasu was also limping back up to it.
Yeah.
And then I think one of them could walk out, and the other one had to take like a wheelchair out.
Takayasu needed the giant wheelchair,
Yep.
Exactly, and
the
so
giant cartoon wheelchair.
yeah,
Very apropos for this Basho.
indeed. Of all the matches, that seems to be the one setting the theme.
Mine would be Onosho versus Goedo. It wasn't not entirely because of the content of the match, but I think because of what it means. Onosho, he's impressed us so far, but he's a very straightforward pusher. He's shown a little bit more variety in this tournament, I think, but he tried to come right at Goedo, and Goedo used lateral mobility and got him out of there. Didn't even look like he had to try that hard. And I think that's why I picked Goedo to win. I think he is better than Onosho at this stage in their careers.
Z for me, I have to go back to my revenge. Sweet revenge. Koto Shogiku versus Terano Fuji.
Doesn't even bother you that Terano Fuji's hurt and it might be a cheap win?
No comment on that.
You shut right up. Let him have this. Let him have this.
You let me have this.
All right. That's fair. All right, and that's going to pretty much wrap up our tournament. We're just going to leave you with the standings as they are right now. After day 8, we have 3 tied for the Yusho lead. We have Goeido, Onosho, and Daisho Maru. And I believe there is 3 at 6 and 2 right behind them. We got Takanoiwa, Daisho, and Arawashi, all at the bottom range of the Maegashira
And
ranks.
Shiotaru.
Shiotaru, that is correct.
We
The
got
almighty
4 guys
Maegashira
there.
3.
Almighty, yep. I don't know how we earned that one in your mind, but there you go.
All right. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this podcast, you can go to iTunes or any of your favorite places to download and listen to podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review. And
Otherwise, don't bother.
yeah, otherwise don't bother. Why you even listening?
You can find us on Facebook with Grand Sumo Breakdown, and you can follow us on Twitter with G Sumo Breakdown.
You can check out our blog for our Fantasy Sumo League and other goodies, and that's grandsumobreakdown.wordpress.com.
If you have any questions, comments, or corrections for anything that you heard today, you can email us at grandsumobreakdown@gmail.com.
All right, that's going to do it for today. We'll see you at the end of next week for the full results of the Akibasho.
The Crazy Basho.
The Crazy Basho. The Wacky Basho. Wacky-aki.
Wacky-aki or Wacky-aki?
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Icky. Just icky.
We'll figure it out by the time we see you guys next. Thank you for listening to Grand Sumo Breakdown. Until next time, throw your salt high and keep moving forward.